why the public thinks it's unsafe. I don't think that that's based in reality at all. I have so many different theories, but like what I kind of come back to is that I wonder what people love to shit on us. Mm-hmm. People love to white knight us. People love to think we need saving. And I feel like a lot of that actually feeds into people's erotic fantasies of us. Mm. And I feel like especially men, I wonder how they would feel if they really accepted that we are autonomous, powerful, and completely joyously in control of our professions. I think there is part of the dialogue that society puts on us that is like part of the sexualization process almost. You know what I mean? Like objectified, nothing, worthless, only job we could get. Like I wonder if there's something in that makes us feel safe to them. You know what I mean?
Non-threatening, you mean?
Non-threatening and just like
a wife whose husband maybe sees an in-person service provider can reassure herself by saying, oh, she's just a whore.
Yeah,
she's worthless.
Just a whore.
She's worth nothing.
She's worthless. It
or
doesn't
someone whose
matter.
boyfriend watches a lot of porn.
Right. They're nothing. They're practically not real people. If you met them in person, you would hate them. They're all drug out old losers. Like decreasing our value like that helps us feel safe, I think.
That makes sense.
Because our industry is and has been safe for a really long time. Mm-hmm.
When everything breaks at the seams and you feel like you're losing belief. Well, damn it, you just gotta stay strong when it all falls apart and goes wrong. When you feel let down and so lost and it feels like you can't hold on. Well, damn it, you just gotta stay strong, 'cause sometimes things go wrong and one day you can make it out and move on. So damn it, you just gotta stay strong.
You know, one thing on this channel, some people criticize me for not being as a headline as far as, you know, they say, well, I heard that article last week. I said, well, you know why we took our time with that? Because a lot of times the news change. When we bring this out a week or two later, it continues to change. We saw this happen overseas in Israel. We saw all that happen there with that hospital situation, and we're not going to go through that. But you saw how the media jumped to the situation, and then hours later, it completely changed. And you got to be careful of that. And there are those out there, and, you know, I do not, you know, I hark no ill will to them because I do enjoy their programming out there. But they have been reporting on certain things that, how can I put this? They're being used and they don't realize that they are. Or maybe they are part of it and, you know, I don't know. I'm not in their offices or in their homes talking about this situation. But the way this looks, and, you know, we haven't talked about it yet. We have 2 stories this week on this. And you've heard about the Pornhub tapes. And one particular group, that some investigative group, that one of them was formerly with Project Veritas, and basically they are no longer there. They went out and created their own after the fall of Project Veritas. And they came out with these tapes, which I would like to see the raw footage. I really do want to see the raw footage on the context of this, what was said. Because I mentioned some of this online, and adult actress Cherie DeVille just gave her 2 cents about this on a Daily Beast report. You can also see it, read it on XBiz as well. And most of it's concerning back in September, 26 attorney generals had wrote a letter concerning, because they said, oh, there's a little illegal loophole in Pornhub that allows child pornography. You know, prove me wrong. I mean, I'll tell you this straight out. I'm not defending Pornhub. I'm not defending the people, on there. But things like this doesn't smell right. Because, and I'll tell you this straight out, the way some of these websites work these days are pretty similar from one website to another when it comes to nudity and a verification of the content creator. They mostly go through the same ways to verify, and they use a third-party company to handle this. Let's read this off of the Daily Beast. And generally, I don't like a lot of stuff on the Daily Beast, but this came from Cherie DeVille, who basically is always on top of this. And I would love to speak with her, have her on here, Man with the Show. Maybe one day she'll come on and we can talk about this whole situation and talk about the adult industry. In September 26, attorney generals wrote to Pornhub about an alleged loophole that they said could allow uploads of child pornography. This so-called loophole on no-face porn, a genre in which performers are seen below the neck so that you can see their adult bodies but not their heads. The Attorney General claims Pornhub forces these stars to upload photo IDs to verify their ages, but since they do not have to include their faces in the videos, this loophole could lead to uploads of content featuring minors. Now, let me stop this for one moment. For quite some time now, and it's not a lot, and I'll tell you, they'll tell you, oh, it's a lot of it. No, there is and like it says there is a genre, and it's not that big of a genre, whereas certain men, certain women, they either disguise their face, they wear a mask, or they blur out their face because they don't want people to know that they're doing this. I can understand that basically they don't want to be recognized. Some of them even take to, because they shoot it on their camera phone, sometimes they use some of the apps on there to, shuffle their face around a little bit and stuff like that, make it more cartoony. Doesn't mean that they're children. And the thing about it is, it's when you upload to this site, it's basically, you have to still verify yourself before putting that on. So you do identify yourself. The lawyers claim that they want to protect children by ensuring that no children or other victims are being abused for profit on any of Pornhub's platforms. But look further and you'll see the end result of their basis campaign is to harm the porn industry. The lawyers' argument makes little sense in their letter. They write like Pornhub earns so much of its profits from these no-face videos. But even millions of views on a free no-face video rakes in just pennies. Just as streaming music doesn't pay musicians well. This is very true. Neither does streaming porn. Furthermore, no-face porn is a niche genre. If you look at Pornhub's most viewed videos, they show people's faces. Saying Pornhub runs a no-face porn is like saying Hollywood runs on indie movies. See, and this is correct. This is very correct to the nature. If you want to go look for yourself, go take a look. Type in top adult stars on Pornhub and you'll be shocked to see who they are. It's not people with no faces on there. Top videos are pretty much the same month to month that garnish millions of views. Do they have children in it? No. See, that's the thing. There was one word that they were saying on the Pornhub site that they're advertising these particular actors. They were talking about Spanish actor Jordi El Niño Pola. Now, if you're not familiar with him, who he is, Angel Munez Garcia. He happens to be one of the most popular ones right now on the marketplace. Yes, he does look young, but currently he's 29 years old. He is 29 years old. Yes, he is popular as far as, they're mostly a lot of MILF videos, cougar videos, where he plays like a 18-year-old high schooler or stepson to that nature. And yeah, those are popular, not majorly popular. Depends on where you are in the world, because it varies from place to place. I think the average, what is it, the United States overall? It's like mostly lesbian videos and black minority videos are very popular in the United States. But it depends. State to state, it varies. But overall, that is what is very popular. And they did mention another guy. Yeah, he's in his 22, 23. Yeah, he does look young to the situation. But he's still, and I love this because they said, well, this attracts pedos and stuff like that. I'll tell you honestly, that's not the direction that they look at when they see something like that. Most of these pedos are male and they want boys, correct? That's not what he's not doing. This particular actor is not doing gay videos. See, that's the one thing they don't bring up. They said, well, how many young guys that look young are on gay videos? Because that's what they would generally be looking for underage. They don't go through that because they don't want to be in trouble with the LGBTQ community. Pornhub has no financial interest in a loophole that will allow child porn. Understand this. This industry, the overall porn industry, doesn't want this situation. And I will hark back to the Tracy Lords controversy back in the 1980s. And if you don't remember that, Tracy Lords, real famous porn star, she's an actress these days, was really popular in the 80s, did a ton of films. Most of those films, she did them under the age of 18. When this was found out, the entire industry scrubbed all of her videos. I was working for a company at the time that did mass duplication of various videos, including pornography. We did movies, we did porn, we worked with HBO, we worked with, various different companies. We had some of them on file and was about to mass produce some more again for that company. When it came down, my boss told the head guy on the floor, the supervisor, to remove every single content, anything that was recorded, to be purged, magnetically erased. All masters to be returned back to each of the distributors. And that's what was done. And it didn't even take overnight. We did it in one day. We had to shut down for just a little time, for a couple hours, and just completely wipe our entire library from that. Pull everything that would be considered with Tracy Lords in it. And it was removed as quickly. Nobody wants to be caught with this. Understand, as big as some of these companies are, do you think that they would want this? But let's read on. The site doesn't sell videos of underage people and it never has. Any video it has sold has always required age verification, even for free content. The lawyer's letter therefore displayed a fundamental misunderstanding of how the porn industry works. Even if a performer isn't showing their face, Pornhub requires them to upload an ID and verify their identity before the video is posted. Pornhub knows they are adults. These attorney generals just cannot see the adult performers' faces as they off. Their letter also impedes on the First Amendment. Users aren't hiding their faces to conceal crimes. Rather, they are appealing to a no-face fetish. They make artistic choices to conceal their faces, just as some musicians and streamers wear masks. That is correct. Is it Daft Punk or the DJ Dead Mouse or countless mass Twitter streamers who go viral on the platform lying about their ages by covering their faces? No one would ask them that question. Just because we respect adults' freedom to make artistic choices, the same opportunity ought to apply to adult performers too. It is impossible to know the lawyers' exact motives with this crusade, but they are repeating the anti-porn talking points, and it is clear that the end results of their campaign would meet radical evangelicals' agenda. Banning no-face creators or pushing them to reveal their faces could destroy these actors' business. They could lose all their income, which is exactly what evangelicals want. Yeah, there are a lot of people out there, and I'll tell you this for example, that they've been losing their bank accounts because there are these evangelicals, Mormons, however you want to put it, these people over at Morality and Media that out them, and they contact these banks and says, hey, listen, you know who's putting your banking? You know who has a bank account in there? And you have companies like Wells Fargo and Chase and all that canceling these people's accounts. That's a violation. That is a violation because basically, these people are interfering with the course of your business. And people can be sued for that. Yeah. You could be sued for that. Torturous interference. Remember that word. I'm not a lawyer, but that always comes up when situations like this. Torturous interference. Pornhub also loses. The lawyer's letter following a long line of misleading attacks portraying Pornhub as a child porn factory, which puts the site once again in the political arena, spending millions fighting baseless lies. Yeah, understand. The lawsuits that are coming in, and now you have, and we have another article on this, the new owners of the company, ILO, I think I'm pronouncing that right, are now suing these investigators of the Pornhub tapes. Because I'm asking the same thing. I want to see the raw footage. One of them used to work for Project Veritas. And it's just coincidental that this same person was one of the 16 people that signed a sheet that ousted the head of Project Veritas. You remember that? James O'Keefe getting ousted by his own people he worked with? That they signed paperwork? Well, this person who created their own investigations that's pushing this out was one of those involved in that. Bet most of you didn't know that. Wonder if the other people who have put this out, these videos out, knew that as well. You wonder why X pulled down the videos, why Twitter pulled them down. Everyone battling Pornhub claims that they care about the children, but if you care about the kids, go after the actual criminals creating the vile content that abuses minors. Study after study shows Facebook hosts way more disgusting child porn than Pornhub. Yes, it has. About, 2019, they pulled off over 12 million videos from Facebook and Instagram. Yet Meta receives way less public pressure. If you ask Facebook they'll correctly point out Section 230, a law that protects them from being held legally accountable for what people post on their platform, and that protects numerous websites which host content that harms kids. As I've written before, we need to better safeguard kids on the internet, and I agree with that too, while also making sure adults can still access legal adult content. Age-gated phones, for example, would be a better protection for kids and allow them to be on the internet while also making sure adults can act like adults online. You know what the thing is on this, and let's finish off this article first. Why don't these attorney generals then write a letter about how they could better protect kids online? The answer to that question is none of this actually about children. Once again, they're using them to destroy the porn industry. And it's not only to destroy the porn industry, they're also trying to destroy the internet, the gaming industry, the music industry. They're trying to change Hollywood, and they're already doing it. Understand this. Look at the stuff that's coming out of Hollywood lately. And a lot of it is political. Now, as far as phones for the kids, and I'll say this straight out, most parents, when they tell you, well, we want the kid to have the phone so at least we can stay in contact with the child. Well, buy them a dumb phone. They're still available. Flip phones are still available. Motorola Tax and stuff. The old, not the original Motorola Tech, but they have newer versions out. They sell phones to the over 50 crowd that doesn't have internet access to that nature or minimal internet access. That basically, it's not complicated. It's not complicated for the over 50 crowd to use. So why not put it to kids? That's up to the adults, and that's where it should lie. It's always to the adults. There are plenty of programs. If you have an antivirus program, if you have something protecting your computer, a home edition on there, which also can link to your phone as well, because these antiviruses, the software packs, you can add your phone to it or a tablet to that situation. All you gotta do is type in the line that says www, say for example it's Pornhub, www.pornhub.com, and you put block. Boom. Anytime they type into that or get close to that, the software will kick in and block it. And yes, I know kids are smart enough to get around it as well. But also, parents should be sitting and talking with the kids. See, they blame Pornhub and Xvideos and all this. But meanwhile, most of his stuff is on Facebook, Instagram. Some of it's on X lately. And this is on a constant basis, especially a lot on Facebook. Facebook removed 12 million points of content containing child pornography. It was written in 2019. This article shows it. It did happen. Compare that to the amount that's been pulled off of Pornhub. Pornhub doesn't come nowhere close. Not even 1% of what Facebook has pulled down. Does child porn exist? Yes. Does guys try to upload it? Yes, it does happen. It even happens on YouTube. They try to disguise it on YouTube. They try to disguise regular porn on YouTube. They put it under naked yoga. Go look for yourself. You have. I think it was one video one time I caught when I was researching this. It's two women in dresses, in skimpy outfits, almost prostitution on there with high heels, just gyrating against each other. I said, how? And I reported it. I said, how is that naked yoga? They weren't naked, but they were pretty much insinuating a sexual pose. But once again, hats off to Cherie DeVille on that. And Cherie, if you happen to be watching, an invitation out to you to come on this show, talk about these subjects. But once again, you know, you might say, you know, I'm crazy, I'm loco. But remember, I am just a madman with the show.
Thanks for watching. Before you go, please comment, like, and share this video. Also, if you haven't yet, please subscribe as this helps the reach of our channel. Finally, as a content viewer, you have that ability to help support this and many other channels. Especially now more than ever since the passing of a new law in the United Kingdom that will diminish the reach of many channels and affect our advertisers. If you wish to help grow this channel by financial support, you have two ways. There are two links in the description below. The first will send you to a pay site where you can make a monetary donation. The second will send you to our gear store where you can purchase t-shirt, mugs, and other specialty items. Any additional discounts will be listed on the main page. Once again, thank you for watching and your support.